Imagine the largest air battle since World War II. Hundreds of stealth fighters, long-range missiles, electronic warfare, artificial intelligence, satellites feeding targets to pilots in real time. If the United States and China ever fought for air superiority, which nation's fighters would come out on top? Today we're comparing every major frontline fighter from both countries, and by the end you'll understand why the answer isn't as simple as counting aircraft. The United States operates a layered fighter force. The F-22 Raptor remains the world's premier dedicated air superiority fighter, combining exceptional stealth, supercruise, agility, and powerful sensors. The F-35 Lightning II serves as a multi-role stealth aircraft that excels at gathering information, sharing data across the battlefield, and striking both air and ground targets. Supporting them are the new F-15EX Eagle II, capable of carrying large missile loads over long distances, and the Navy's F/A-18 Super Hornet, designed for carrier operations. Instead of relying on one aircraft, the U.S. integrates fighters with AWACS aircraft, satellites, tankers, naval forces, and ground-based sensors into one massive combat network. China, in turn, has modernized at remarkable speed. Its flagship is the J-20 Mighty Dragon, a long-range stealth fighter optimized for striking high-value targets like tankers, airborne early warning aircraft, and command centers. The J-35 is China's emerging carrier-capable stealth fighter, expected to expand both naval and air force operations. Supporting these are the J-16 multi-role strike fighter, roughly comparable in mission to advanced flanker variants, and the highly capable J-10C, equipped with modern avionics and long-range missiles. Over the past decade, China has produced fighters at a pace unmatched by any other nation. This is where things become interesting. The F-22 was designed almost entirely around defeating enemy fighters before being detected. The F-35 sacrifices some raw agility for unmatched sensor fusion and battlefield awareness. China's J-20 is also a stealth aircraft, but analysts continue to debate how its overall stealth compares from different angles and across different frequencies. The newer J-35 appears to place greater emphasis on low observability and may narrow that gap as production expands. Stealth isn't just about shape. It also depends on coatings, maintenance, tactics, and how aircraft operate within a broader network. Modern air combat may be decided long before pilots see each other. American fighters field the AIM-120 AMRAAM, while the newest AIM-260 Joint Advanced Tactical Missile is being developed to counter increasingly capable Chinese systems. China deploys the long-range PL-15 missile, believed to have significantly extended engagement ranges compared with earlier designs. Both nations continue investing heavily in next-generation air-to-air weapons. On the sensor side, both operate advanced AESA radars, infrared search and track systems, and sophisticated electronic warfare capabilities. Increasingly, the aircraft with a better picture of the battlefield, not necessarily the fastest jet, will have the advantage. Technology is only part of the equation. American pilots benefit from decades of operational experience gained through combat deployments, multinational exercises, and highly realistic training. Exercises such as Red Flag expose crews to complex scenarios involving dozens of aircraft and integrated air defenses. Meanwhile, China has dramatically expanded the sophistication of its training and conducts increasingly realistic exercises. But its Air Force has far less modern combat experience. History repeatedly shows that pilot proficiency, leadership, and tactics often outweigh small technical advantages. China now fields one of the world's largest air forces and continues producing modern fighters at an impressive pace. The United States still maintains a technological edge in several critical areas. but China has focused on rapidly increasing both quality and quantity. In any prolonged conflict, industrial capacity, logistics, and the ability to replace combat losses could become just as important as the capabilities of individual aircraft. Winning one engagement is very different from sustaining an air campaign over weeks or months. So which side has the advantage? If the battle centered on individual aircraft, the F-22 and F-35 remain among the most capable fighters ever built. But wars aren't won by single airplanes. They're won by intelligence, logistics, command networks, pilot training, industrial production, and the ability to fight as a coordinated force. China has closed much of the technological gap and continues expanding its fighter fleet at extraordinary speed. The United States still possesses unmatched operational experience and one of the most sophisticated air combat networks ever assembled. If conflict ever comes, the winner won't simply be the country with the best fighter, it will be the nation that can integrate every piece of the battlefield into one decisive advantage. And that's exactly why the future of air superiority remains one of the world's most important military questions. If you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe to Strike Vector for more documentary-style military aviation analysis. And let me know in the comments, which fighter do you think will define the next generation of air combat?